Hi my friends, I'm John Laspina, the Carnivore Teacher. I made a video in the past of how I stopped drinking coffee. If you're interested, I will put it at the end of the video and you can click it and watch how I stopped. You don't have to do it that way, but it's the way I weaned off of the caffeine so that I'm not addicted to the chemical anymore, and then I got off of the ritual of drinking every morning, and I do feel better and sleep better. I really do, like a lot better. But you decide if you want to do that on your own. On this video, I want to talk about the people who do still drink coffee. They don't want to stop drinking coffee, and they drink coffee with cream in it. The best thing to put in your coffee, if you're a coffee drinker, and I was a barista, I made my own. I ground my beans. I used stainless steel, and I used a French press. I mean, I did it. It tasted way better than those Curigs or anything from Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Ugh. But I used to use heavy whipping cream with no carrageenan in it. You have to read the ingredients. Carrageenan is a thickener that comes from a seaweed type plant, and it is extremely inflammatory. Doctors will give patients carrageenan on purpose to see how their body responds to inflammation. Don't purposefully ingest it every day in your heavy whipping cream. Now, if you use a Coffee Mate type thing, turn that thing around and read Coffee Mate ingredients. You will find that Coffee Mate has soybean oil in it. That's a seed oil. It's not healthy. You're putting in your coffee machine lubricant. So the next time you use Coffee Mate, think about taking some WD-40 and spraying it into your coffee, because that's basically what you're doing. Soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil, rice bran oil, margarine, Crisco. Those are called seed oils, sometimes known as vegetable oils. They are machine lubricants. We should not be consuming them in any of our food products. So don't use Coffee Mate. Another thing you can put in your coffee is, of course, regular whole milk. You know, whole milk is whole milk, and it has some sugar in it, lactose. Or you can use butter. Have you ever tried butter? If you take some delicious pasture-raised butter, take a tablespoon or two and put it in your coffee and stir it around and watch it melt. Oh my gosh. I remember doing that. I switched over from heavy whipping cream to butter. Then I had butter in my coffee a lot. Delicious. Try it if you've never tried it. What else do people put in their coffee? Cream, milk, half and half, butter. All those Coffee Mate type things. Always, if you're buying a product, read the ingredients. Guarantee you, if it's a coffee thing like Coffee Mate, it has a seed oil in it. You don't want to put machine lubricants in your coffee. So I made this video because the person asked me to do an ingredient list breakdown of Coffee Mate. And I didn't actually make a video showing it, but I found the ingredients and I wrote them back in a private message and they thanked me. So I wanted to share with you in this video, don't put Coffee Mate in your coffee. If you're going to put something in there, use non-carrageenan heavy whipping cream or whole milk. If you have half and half, read the ingredients. Don't use Coffee Mate or any of those powders or liquids, because the ingredients, guarantee you, they've got oils in it that come from plants, vegetable oils, seed oils. And butter is really amazing to put in coffee. Some people put coconut oil in their coffee. Some people put, I don't think people put beef tallow in there, but I guess you could. Some people actually take an egg yolk. I did try this. A raw egg yolk, separate the white, take a little mini blender and blend it up so the egg yolk is real frothy, and then pour it into the hot coffee and blend it up again. You don't taste the egg, and it makes the coffee really, really thick and creamy like a milkshake. Yes, an egg yolk. So of course, what did? I did that. I added butter. I added heavy whipping cream. I made this thick, that's what I do. I always overdo things. I'm so glad I'm off of coffee now. I don't miss it, but I have memories of it. And if you're in a stage in your life where you are not going to give up coffee and you still want to have coffee, there are alternatives to creamer, or just drink it black. If you are a coffee drinker, I do recommend strongly that you don't ever buy your coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks because it has a lot of mold in it. They give it to you in a cup that's lined with a waxy plastic that gets into the coffee. That's a bisphenol A that messes up your hormone system. It's a phytoestrogen. Drink it out of a coffee cup. Make it yourself, and don't use a Curig, because Curigs have aluminum on the top, so the hot coffee is touching the aluminum, and some of that aluminum is getting in the coffee. You're drinking some of the aluminum. A little bit, but you're drinking it. That Curig is in a plastic container. Plastic releases bisphenol A or one of its derivatives if they changed it, and that's a hormone disruptor. Okay? It's a phytoestrogen. That's why when I made coffee, I transitioned over to a coffee grinder that used all metal parts, stainless steel, and I would buy my organic coffee beans from Whole Foods or Fresh Market or something, and I spent a fortune, and I measured my coffee beans and I ground them myself freshly, and I put them into a stainless steel French press. Everything in that French press was stainless steel, so that when I was making my coffee, there were no plastic parts touching the hot water. There was no aluminum touching the hot water, and that's how I drank my coffee. And it was delicious. Every once in a while I would try a sip of somebody else's coffee from Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or from a Curig, and it's crap compared to the coffee I used to make. I was so proud at how well I made my coffee. I decided to get off of my coffee, even though I made it as healthy as possible, because I'm even healthier now with no caffeine in my body. I like my adenosine. I don't want my caffeine to replace my adenosine in my receptors. I don't want to have a vasodilation headache when I don't get my coffee when I need it. It's freedom to be off of coffee. So here's that coffee video. If you want to see it, click it and you'll see how I stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and have a really great day.